She gave me an STD, then claimed I must have cheated. Posted it on Facebook. I said, I'll get tested again. My lawyer subpoenaed her clinic records showing treatment dates before we met. Her defamation settlement paid for my new condo. I, 28 male, woke up to 84 notifications on my phone. My girlfriend Celeste, 26, had tagged me in a Facebook post at 3 a.m. Just found out my faithful boyfriend gave me chlamydia. 2 years together, and this is how I find out he's been cheating. Some men really ain't shit. Get tested, ladies. You never know what these nice guys are really doing behind your back. 312 reactions, 89 comments, 45 shares. My phone was blowing up. Friends, co-workers, my sister asking what the hell was going on. Here's the thing. I'd tested positive for chlamydia 3 days ago. Celeste had convinced me we both needed to get tested after she had a weird reaction to new soap. I was shocked when mine came back positive. Hers was supposedly negative, which made no sense since we'd been exclusive for 2 years. Or so I thought. When she confronted me about my results, I was confused as hell. I hadn't been with anyone else. She immediately accused me of cheating, cried for hours, then said she needed space to process. Now she'd blown it up on social media before we'd even talked it through. I called her, no answer. Texted, we need to talk about this privately. Please take the post down. Her response, why? So you can gaslight me? Everyone deserves to know what kind of person you really are. I sat there staring at my positive test result and her Facebook post. Something wasn't adding up. If I had chlamydia and hadn't cheated, there was only one possibility. I'll get tested again, I replied. She sent back a laughing emoji. Sure, get tested again. Won't change what you did. But I wasn't getting tested again for the reason she thought. Update 1. My best friend Elijah is a paralegal. When I showed him everything, he immediately said, document everything, screenshot every post, comment, message, and get a lawyer. For what? Defamation. If she's lying about you publicly and you can prove it, that's a lawsuit. I screenshotted everything. The post had grown to 500+ reactions. People were calling me trash, a cheater, a health hazard. My coworker Destiny commented that she always knew something was off about me. My ex from college, Arya, chimed in with, glad I dodged that bullet. But here's where Celeste messed up. Her best friend Brooke commented, girl, didn't you have that same issue last year with Trey? Celeste quickly deleted Brooke's comment, but I'd already screenshot it. Trey. Her ex before me. The one she said was toxic and controlling. I messaged Brooke privately, hey, what did you mean about last year? She read it but didn't respond. Then she blocked me. Interesting. I went to my doctor for the second test and explained the situation. Dr. Morrison looked uncomfortable. I can't discuss another patient's records, he said carefully. But I can tell you that chlamydia doesn't just appear. If you haven't been with anyone else and you have it, then my partner gave it to me. That would be the logical conclusion. Also, untreated chlamydia can persist for months or even years. So if someone had it before our relationship and never got treated, he nodded slowly, it's possible. I asked for a full panel STD test this time. Then I hired a lawyer, Quentin Reeves. Not some ambulance chaser, a real defamation attorney. His first question, can you prove you didn't cheat? I haven't been with anyone else since we started dating. That's not proof. We need something concrete. That night, Celeste escalated. She posted my picture on 3 different cheater-exposed Facebook groups. Combined reach of 50,000+ members. The messages started rolling in. Random women calling me disgusting. Guys threatening to teach me a lesson about respecting women. Someone found my LinkedIn and messaged my boss. Yeah, my boss. Update 2. My lawyer Quentin was a bloodhound. Within 48 hours, he'd subpoenaed Celeste's medical records from her clinic. She tested positive for chlamydia 4 months ago, he told me. Was prescribed antibiotics but never picked them up from the pharmacy. 4 months ago. There's more. She had another positive test 13 months ago. Different clinic. That time she did get treatment. That was during our relationship. Yes. 5 months into it. She'd had chlamydia twice during our relationship. Got treated once, didn't bother the second time, then gave it to me and blamed me for cheating. But the real kicker? The first positive test came with a partner notification form. She'd listed 3 recent partners for contact tracing. I wasn't one of them. The names were Trey, the ex, Someone named Houston and someone named Phoenix. We'd been exclusive at that point. Quentin smiled like a shark. This is a slam-dunk defamation case. She knew she had it, gave it to you, then publicly accused you of giving it to her. That's malicious intent. My boss called me into his office the next day. Someone had sent him screenshots of all Celeste's posts. Is this going to be a problem? He asked. I showed him the legal paperwork. I'm suing her for defamation. She's the one who cheated. I have medical proof. He looked relieved. Good. Handle your business, but if this affects the workplace again, it won't. That evening, Celeste showed up at my apartment with her sister Yvette and her mom Francine. Full confrontation mode. You're seriously trying to sue me? Celeste screamed. For telling the truth? You mean for lying about me on Facebook to thousands of people? Francine stepped forward. You gave my daughter a disease. I pulled out my phone and showed them the subpoenaed records. Actually, she gave me a disease. She's had chlamydia twice in 2 years. Here are the dates. Celeste went pale. How did you get your medical records? My lawyer subpoenaed them. Legal discovery for the defamation case. Yvette grabbed the phone. Her face went from angry to disgusted, but not at me, at Celeste. You had this before you accused him? She asked her sister. Those records they're not accurate. They're from your clinic, Celeste. Francine was reading too. Houston? Who the hell is Houston? You were dating this boy. Pointing at me. Mom, it's complicated. You cheated on him, gave him a disease, then told everyone he cheated. The family argument exploded. I just stood there recording, legal in my state, one-party consent. Celeste admitted to making mistakes but insisted I probably cheated too. Based on what? I asked. You're a man. Even her mom looked disgusted at that logic. Update 3. Celeste tried damage control. She made a new post saying she'd been emotional and maybe jumped to conclusions about me cheating. Not an apology, not a retraction, just maybe I didn't cheat. The comments were brutal. So you destroyed his reputation over a maybe? Girl, you need to take this down. This is why men don't trust women. You could get sued for this. She deleted it within an hour, but I'd screenshotted everything. Then she went nuclear, posted that I was abusive and controlling, and that's why she sought comfort elsewhere. She claimed I was using the legal system to silence a victim. My lawyer loved it. She just admitted to cheating while simultaneously making more defamatory statements. Please tell me you screenshotted this. I had. The cease and desist letter we sent was beautiful. It detailed every defamatory post with timestamps, the medical evidence proving she was the source of the STD, the damage to my reputation, including professional concerns, a demand for immediate removal of all posts and a public apology, notice of intent to pursue damages if she didn't comply. Celeste's response was to hire her own lawyer, some discount attorney named Bradley who clearly didn't review the evidence before taking her case. His response letter claimed, the posts were opinion, not defamation. Celeste had a good faith belief I'd cheated. The medical records were illegally obtained. We were attempting to intimidate a young woman. Quentin actually laughed when he read it. He's going to regret taking this case. We filed the lawsuit. Defamation per se, false accusation of having an STD and cheating, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and invasion of privacy. She'd shared private medical information publicly. Damages sought. $50,000. Celeste posted about being sued, trying to get sympathy. But by then, people had figured out the truth. Brooke, feeling guilty, had told people what really happened. The comments turned against Celeste. So you cheated, gave him an STD, then tried to ruin his life? This is psychotic behavior. I hope he takes everything you have. Her mom, Francine, even commented, delete this, Celeste. You're making it worse. Update 4. The deposition was something else. Celeste showed up in a low-cut dress and full makeup like she was going to seduce her way out of this. Bradley looked like he'd aged 5 years since taking her case. When shown her medical records, Celeste claimed she didn't know she had chlamydia. You were prescribed antibiotics, Quentin pointed out. I forgot to pick them up. For 4 months? I've been busy. Too busy to treat an STD, but not too busy to publicly accuse your boyfriend of giving it to you? Bradley objected to everything, but the damage was done. Then came the partner notification forms. Celeste tried to claim Houston and Phoenix were just friends. Friends you listed as sexual partners for STD contact tracing? It's complicated. Did you have sexual relations with Houston and Phoenix while dating my client? Long pause. I don't recall. You don't recall having sex with 2 other people? Maybe once, each. We were on a break. I almost laughed. We'd never been on a break. The real bombshell came when Quentin presented text messages between Celeste and Brooke. Brooke had felt guilty and provided them. Celeste, Houston was amazing last night. What about me? What he doesn't know won't hurt him. Girl, that's messed up. He's too vanilla anyway. I need excitement. Date of messages, 8 months into our relationship. Celeste started crying. Not sad tears. Angry tears. You turned my best friend against me. No, Quentin said calmly. Your actions did that. Bradley tried to salvage things by claiming I'd caused Celeste emotional trauma. By getting tested, which led to her defensive response. Even the court reporter looked confused at that logic. Update 5. 2 weeks before trial, Bradley called Quentin. They wanted to settle. Their initial offer, $5,000 and a private apology. We countered, $40,000 and a public retraction on every platform where she'd posted. They came back with $15,000. We prepared for trial. Then I got a call from Houston. Yes, the Houston. Dude wanted to meet. Turns out, Celeste had pulled the same stunt with him. When he tested positive for chlamydia from her, she'd accused him of cheating and blown up his life too. His engagement ended because of her posts. I'll testify, he said. She's done this before. Phoenix reached out too. Same story. Celeste had accused him of giving her an STD he'd actually caught from her. We had a pattern of behavior. When Bradley found out about our new witnesses, settlement talks resumed immediately. Final settlement, $35,000 in damages. Public retraction and apology on all platforms. Cannot discuss me publicly ever again. Cannot make any claims about me giving her an STD. Admits in writing that she was the source of the STD. The apology post she had to make was beautiful. I need to correct my previous posts about me. After reviewing medical records, I now understand that I was the source of the STD in our relationship, not him. I had tested positive months before making my accusations. I apologize for the false statements I made about his faithfulness and character. He never cheated on me. I was wrong to make these public accusations without facts. I take full responsibility for the damage my posts caused to his reputation. She had to keep it up for 30 days. The comments were savage. Her own mom commented, finally telling the truth. Final update. The $35,000 settlement went straight to a down payment on a nice condo. Celeste had to take out a loan to pay it. Last I heard, she'd moved back in with her parents. My reputation recovered pretty quickly once the truth came out. If anything, people respected how I handled it, legally and calmly, instead of getting into a public social media war. My boss actually gave me a raise, said he was impressed with my crisis management skills. I'm dating again. Her name's Riley. She's a nurse who actually found me through the viral apology post. Anyone who can handle that level of crazy that calmly is worth getting to know, she said on our first date. We've been together 6 months. Yes, we both got tested before anything happened. Clean bills of health all around. Celeste tried to circumvent the settlement by having Yvette post about me, but Quentin shut that down with one letter threatening to pursue the full $50,000 original lawsuit. Houston and Phoenix both sued her too. Both won. Celeste's currently working 3 jobs to pay off the settlements. Bradley dropped her as a client and apparently tells other lawyers about the case as a warning story. Brooke reached out to apologize for not speaking up sooner. We're actually friends now. She told me Celeste is claiming she's the victim of the patriarchal legal system and writing a blog about surviving legal abuse. The blog has 4 readers. One is her mom, who comments on every post telling her to stop lying. To anyone reading this, if someone accuses you of something you didn't do, don't just defend yourself on social media. Get a lawyer. Document everything. The truth always comes out, but sometimes it needs legal help. And always get tested regularly, even in exclusive relationships. Trust but verify. Oh, and Celeste, since I know you're reading this, despite the settlement saying you can't with anything I post, Houston told me about the 3rd guy, Denver. Yeah, he's suing you too. Good luck with that. Edit. Stop asking for Celeste's social media. The settlement includes not directing harassment toward her. I won. Leave it at that. Edit 2. To the people saying I'm wrong for suing her, she tried to destroy my life with lies. Actions have consequences. Die mad about it. Edit 3. Riley says hi and wants everyone to know she started a support group for people who've been falsely accused of things by exes. It's been really helpful for a lot of people. Edit 4. Celeste's mom Francine found this post and DM'd me an apology for raising an entitled brat. She also said Celeste just tested positive again with a new boyfriend. Some people never learn.